Welcome to the Creative Business TV show where we help you make a success of your creative business. I'm your host Kylie Carlson, and this is a little segment of the show we like to call Ask Kylie. Today's question comes from Karen in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Hi Kylie, I have a really weak Facebook presence for my wedding styling business and it doesn't attract my ideal clients. I feel like I've given up on it. Should I ditch it and move to another platform, or give it one last push to make it more appealing for my ideal clients? Okay, Karen, you've got a bit of a social media dilemma on your hands here. Now, there's several ways to approach this, and the first most obvious one to me is to look at where it is your brides are actually hanging out. Is Facebook actually where they're at, or are they on more active platforms? So it might be time to do an audit of your brides, and this could be done by surveying past brides to find out what their preferred platform is and where they are most influenced by wedding suppliers. And this is something really that you should be doing on a regular basis anyway, not just as a wedding stylist, but in any creative business. So let's say for argument's sake that they are hanging out on Facebook. We then need to look at what it is you're doing wrong, or why you feel your presence there is so weak. So I'm going to ask you a bit of a controversial question. Have you looked at what your competition is doing? Now, I'm the first to advise, don't get hung up on what the competition are or aren't doing. But there's nothing wrong in using them for a little research. I do it all the time. I get my inspiration from those I admire, the ones I'm in competition with or simply like, and then I give it that old Kylie touch of magic to make it my own. And I'd never advocate copying somebody, but there's no reason why you can't check out what they're doing. Why reinvent the wheel? So what I want you to do, Karen, is to take your top 3 competitors and study what they're doing on Facebook. Look at the posts that get engagement, the images they're using, and look back over a period of, maybe a month to see the days they're posting, the time, and whether they have a plan behind what they're doing. You're probably going to start to see a bit of a pattern emerge, and it will give you a place to start from. Not a place to copy from, but a starting point for inspiration. From there, you've got to come up with your own plan based on what you can see is working. And if you're time poor, then plan ahead and don't overcommit. There's heaps of apps out there now that can tell you the best time to post and which posts get the most engagement. So use them. Failing that, you can use your own analytics on your Facebook page to see what's working and what's not. And you also need to ask yourself why your Facebook profile is weak. What is it that makes you think that? Is it the images? Is it because you don't have anything to say? Or is it simply that you don't have a strategy and plan? I'd say it's probably the latter, so I hate to say it, but I will anyway. Without a plan, you're simply pissing in the wind. Yup, I said it, I use bad language, whatever, but it's true. And really, I think it was called for. You've got to have a plan, Karen. If you're committing to posting 5 days a week, pick which days those are going to be and plan your content accordingly based on the research you've done on your competitors. One of the reasons your Facebook page might be failing is that your own audience can see you have no plan or strategy, and therefore they don't want to invest their time and energy in you. All social media platforms take work. They may be a free way to market your products or services, but my God, they take work. And the only way to make this easier is to plan ahead. It takes the guesswork out of what you're doing, and it gives your page a purpose that allows your audience, to have confidence in you and want to engage with you. All right, lecture over. I do hope that helped, and that you either ditch that platform entirely if it isn't working for you, or you give it a big fat overhaul with a proper plan in place to make it work. So as always, I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Do you have the same issues as Karen, or is your Facebook killing it? If you've got any tips you can share with us to help Karen get her page where it needs to be, if you do, you know the drill. I want your comments, tips and advice below to share with the rest of our wonderful community of creative entrepreneurs. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Ask Kylie and will join us next week when we answer more of your creative business questions. Don't forget, show me the love. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button and comment below. But if you want more and you want to be more connected, come to kyliecarlson.co and get on my mailing list. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you next week.